raised recently by the gentleman who is the planning commissioner and chairing the Tyson's task force. And he asked, or I've been asked by another gentleman that I've worked with, who's a task force member, to comment on the shelf life of planning. I'd like to say infinite, but it's not so. This master plan, or comprehensive plan, was done for the city of Buffalo in 1963. It was the second largest city in the city of Buffalo, for the state of New York. It was their first master plan, and the shelf life on that, we projected out 40 years. And it's tough enough to see 2 years, let alone 40 years. And so the variables that you have are enormous. Because the planning process begins with where are we, where do we want to be, and where do we want to, what resources do we have to get there. And the seventh step in the planning process is once that's done, you go back and look at everything all over again. And so the variables that we will have occurring in this region are so numerous and unpredictable because we don't know what the metro is going to do for us or to us. I will introduce a photo from the Coliseum in Los Angeles, California, which I first went to on a streetcar. And what I found is there was a great number of people trying to get into the stadium, and so you had to wait in a queue to get into the stadium. The second thing that happened is that once you got in, if you wanted something to eat, you had to wait in line there. That's another wait. And so another thing that happened is that when I was old enough that somebody could drive, there was no parking at that stadium, and so we had to go from street to street to street to street, and we would get people would let us rent their front yard to park the car. And when the game was over, we would run to the car, and we'd get in the car and try and beat the traffic so that we could get ahead of things so we could get home by dinner time. And one of my neighbors took me to a game there once, and he couldn't get home, so the line for the bathroom was so long, he wanted to get to his office. So he drove through the city of Los Angeles like I've never seen the city of Los Angeles, and swore the whole way. And I thought, oh my gosh, is this how you enjoy your life when you get older? So the point I'm making about that is that when I did the plan for Tyson's Corner, we said don't park the cars at the stadium, because you'll just cause a rush when people are trying to get in and out, and that will just frustrate people, and driving will not be good. And so what I say in terms of longevity of a plan is that things are changing so fast, and we don't even know how we're going to be able to predict the variables. You know, what will people's thinking be? And there's the more important thing that we'll have to think about when we think about the future of a plan is that if a reputation gets sour and you know, something bad happens, that smell is hard to get away from. And so what will have to be done as a part of the planning process is to introduce an educational process that will deal with the facts and figures that come out about this place, so it doesn't get a bad name. You know, if somebody gets killed, that's death or murder. And when murder becomes too significant, then people will stay away from that area, and all your predictions will fail. The market will take care of many of these things. You know, if the reputation goes bad, it will take care of it. And the market will also not allow two full-service grocery stores to go into the same shopping area, or two movie theaters that are first-run movie theaters. So those things sort themselves out. So when you say limit the FAR, you want to, you know, be careful, because the market will deal with that, and you might want to you know, what are you trying to achieve in a particular project? Do you want to make it the downtown of Fairfax, or the metro stops that serve the future of Reston? Those market conditions, everyone seems to think they know everything that's going to happen. They don't. and everything that will happen will change. Just one little thing can occur, such as they quit running the streetcars in Los Angeles, and so therefore everybody had to start driving. That just compounded the delays that people got into and the frustrations, and those frustrations resulted in traffic accidents and injuries.